Hey guys! So, my name is Michaela, I'm 23 and I'm an associate student from Germany. It's nice to meet you. And today I wanted to address the topic of homesickness. I know most people are probably confronted with this the first few days and weeks into their stay, and since we're already past midterm, I'm a bit late. But during reading week I had the chance to go back home, and I know that a lot of people do not have this privilege of just grabbing a cheap plane ticket, sitting in a plane for 1.5 hours and you're back home. Fun thing is, I wasn't homesick before I went back home, but after I got back I realized how much I miss it already. So I just wanted to share with you guys what I do to cope with homesickness and the things that help me and how do I prevent it. So to me, moving to London was quite a culture shock, you could say, because I live in Germany. To be more precise, I live in Bavaria, you know, Oktoberfest and all. And to be a bit more precise, I live in the freaking middle of nowhere. There's nothing. I think the village I'm from, we have more cows than people. So being in London with all these people at this big university is quite a big step and something new for me. So if homesickness hits you real hard, here are my tips. My tip number one is pictures. I'd really recommend taking pictures from home. I bet every one of you has pictures from home on their phone. Your friends, your family. I brought quite some pictures, quite a lot of them. And whenever I feel sad, I just have a look through them and I giggle at the memories they trigger. You could even integrate these into your decorations pretty well. You could just take a thingy, you know what I mean? I have a little photo album or anything like that. Another thing that I do when I feel homesick is I watch my favorite movies. As you can probably see in the background, it's a Winnie the Pooh cushion I have there. I just love it. I found it the first time I went to a Disney store in London and I just had to buy it. I really like animated movies. Yes, I'm a fully grown-up woman. Supposedly I should be one at least. But I really love Disney's animated movies and any child movie actually. But there are a few specific ones that speak to me, they remind me of my childhood and give me this feeling of protection, and I just like watching these. I have a little insider tip for you. I don't know if you know, but you don't really need Netflix or Amazon Prime to watch movies. If you have a Queen Mary account, which I suppose you have if you're watching this video, you can use that and go to bob.com. I think it's learning on screen. If you Google Bob, you're gonna find it. And this is a video on demand kind of platform where teachers are allowed to record movies from TV and upload them. So you should definitely check that out. You can save a lot of money through that. You're welcome. The next tip I have for you is probably pretty obvious, but talk to your friends and family. Just Skype your mom or call her. She's gonna be so glad you did, and you can talk to somebody about how you feel. Also talk to your friends. If you've made some new friends here, go hang out with them. Just please, if you're ever having an episode where you're really homesick and you don't feel like leaving your bed at all and not even opening the curtains, do it. Get out of bed, open your curtains, soak in some sunlight, and text a friend that you want to hang out. They're probably gonna be very glad that you're reaching out to them. Maybe they were just a little shy themselves, and you can go out, have a coffee, go for a walk. Just don't seclude yourself. Don't be too focused on staying all on your own and sulking in misery, because that's not doing good for you. The next tip I have is, and it's gonna sound extremely weird, especially if you're a couch potato like me, do some exercise. Seriously guys, do some exercise. You don't have to jump out of bed in the morning and do 50 push-ups and jumping jacks and stuff. Just take a 10-minute walk outside. That would even be enough. Just a walk down a park, the walk next to the canal, the Stoneway Walk is very pretty, very scenic, great if you want to have great Instagram photos. But it's autumn. Autumn is so pretty, all the leaves are falling, the colors are everywhere, it's so nice. And you don't need to do hard exercise. Turn up your favorite song and dance around in your room to it. If you're afraid someone will see you, just close the curtain and you're gonna be fine. This is what I do all the time when I feel sad. I turn on some music and I just jam to it. Just go wild, get crazy. Yeah, another thing that you should do is decorate your room. You probably have already done that. If you've decorated your room, you're gonna feel more comfortable, especially if you've decorated it with things you got from home. It is very good to surround you with things that make you feel good and safe and just familiar. I would also highly recommend treating yourself, and by that I don't necessarily mean go out, spend tons of money on a new dress or makeup or expensive drinks at a bar. When I say treat yourself, I mean take like half an hour for yourself. Treating yourself is very important, and really you don't need to spend a lot of money. You can just pop on a face mask, or if you're a guy and you don't like face masks, then skip that, but still grab yourself a coffee. And also a thing I like to do when I want to treat myself is I make myself a mug cake, which is pretty easy. Recipes are everywhere. So you just need a microwave and a few ingredients probably everybody has. Those are great. You don't need any baking skills for a mug cake, and it's gonna turn out amazing and indulgent. So these are all the tips I have for you. If you've got anything else to add, then please feel free to leave that down in the comments. I bet the others would appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it because I can always use tips for homesickness. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video. I'll see you next month. Bye!